Hello there. We're starting up an Agricola game here. I'm facing Midi Lulbuzum, Alexandria, and Astaroth. This game is EIKW France G, G4, G5, G6 with the Benson ban list and nothing below PowerPoint 9. Interesting. I actually don't know what's on that ban list, so I'm going to check it out really quick. Okay, so the Benson ban list. Okay, so there's the banned, typically banned cards except for Reed Hut. And Taster and some stuff that's definitely gone. And then Windmill, Corn Storehouse, Clay Digger, Animal Trainer, and Field Worker. Okay. So this pack we got Head of the Family, we got a Thatcher, we got a Boar Lord, Zipper Maker, Hasty Trader. So definitely leaning on stuff that supports Head of the Family. There's probably 4 or 5 cards that work out fine that way. Zipper Maker is a personal favorite. You kind of drop it in around kind of unexpectedly where you have a family advantage, and then you take advantage of your big family and take a bunch of resources that are on the board while everyone else is trying to grow. So then Boarlord is the other strong card, but there's no support for it. Doesn't warrant a first pick. Hey Marushka, how's it going? Okay, so if you wanted strong cards, this is where we're gonna find them. Uh, the Field Barterer and Historian are the same idea. You place different building resources up to 4, and each harvest or each round you return a resource to play an Ock for Historian or plow a field for Field Barterer. And then Animal Farmer and Cloister Dweller are just 2 extremely strong cards. Uh, yeah, yeah, Sid and Marushka, this pile is absolutely nuts. So I'm getting 2 of these 5, which is great news, I think. Wheelbarrow Pusher is just like the last consideration. It's not even close to the strength of these, in my opinion. So Historian seems fun, but paying the resources when I'm going for growth as fast as possible with Head of the Family doesn't seem great. Cloister Dweller, also tricky with Head of the Family, unless I use Head of the Family in a weird way and use it for growth in 12 and 13 and or 14. Sorry, that's the doorbell. Um, yeah, Historian seems to activate faster, but I mean, plows can be tough sometimes, maybe not with what we've seen already. Um, I don't know how well I could execute a Cloister Dweller game with Head of the Family. They don't seem to match that well. So I think what I'm going to take is Animal Farmer. It's that or Historian, but I don't want to kill the room resources. So I'm going to take Animal Farmer and see what happens. I'm going to expect to get Visiting Quarryman back. Sid says, I don't think 3-room games are uncommon. Okay, I haven't really tried them. Uh, Animal Farmer is better than Cloister in the abstract. Disagree on that one personally. But I guess when you play with more decks, Cloister gets worse. Cloister is great in the original decks, like EIKWF, just because there are some games in that set that just don't end up with a high point ceiling. G4, G5, G6, G7, all these things uh, give potentially high point ceilings to games that ordinarily wouldn't. Stuff like late growth games. So I guess Cloister is worse in this kind of thing. Yeah, good that Historian wasn't the pick. Yeah. I mean, I have trouble hitting Animal Farmer for 6 sometimes. Uh, it's just a lot of work. So I don't think I've ever played Thatcher's Helper. I don't think it's very strong based on the stats. Read, read. And you pay. Yeah, okay, I'm not doing that. Supervisor would be fun with Cloister Dweller if you have no unused spaces, but that's not where I'm going, especially with an Animal Farmer. So by default, I'm taking Diplomat. Okay. Yeah, well, Marushka, you're good at doing animals. I'm not. You see, there's a difference here. Um, and yeah, sure, you need to get a breeding pair of each and then stuff. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm taking Rent Keeper here. Tower Builder is too silly with the head of the family game. Um, Giant is fun, but Rent Keeper will give me. Well, Rent Keeper with Cloister. No, I think Rent Keeper is still fine. As long as I get the rooms out fast. I mean, I don't want to take Giant. Though Giant with Diplomat's kind of funny. Yeah, I don't. Hmm. Whoa. Okay, so Marushka and Sid are both agreeing that Rent Keeper doesn't work with Head of the Family, and Sid is suggesting a couple ways to use Giant here. So you could use it on the Growth Without Room. I don't know. I think I'm going to take the Rent Keeper. Well, Fence Delivery came back. Wasn't quite sure that would happen. Fence Delivery sounds fun with Animal Farmer and Head of the Family. It means I need food instead of wood. I'm still stuck on Zipper Maker. Hasty Trader could be fun. But I think Zipper Maker's just better for me. I guess I just gotta take Fence Delivery. Ha! Should have taken Giant. Uh, how did Cloister come back as a 6th pick? And so now I'm thinking, can I get 6 rooms? Because that'll keep Rent Keeper going. Visiting quarryman's so good, but cloister dweller. How did I get animal farmer and cloister dweller out of that pack? Alright, so I know you guys have disagreed with my picks, and I'm okay with that. Um, whoops. I would not like to watch my tutorial right now. I think there's enough support to just do crazy things in like the minors, so I'm not super worried yet. Um, I guess I'll take Thatcher's Helper. I don't really know what it does. 6 rooms, rent keeper is your favorite? Yeah. Uh, yeah, and supervisor's not very useful there. Okay. There continues to be good cards. This back door is a little sad. Um, oh, you can trigger Thatcher's Helpers yourself. Okay, that's better than I was reading. Okay, so Overgrown Pond, Iron Oven. Iron Oven is one of my favorites, but like I have no support for it in the Ox or this Rebound Miner unless I go to Willeries, which I don't really want to do right now. Pelts is the pick. I'm still thinking 6 rooms. Um, yeah, kitchen cabinet coming back wouldn't be terrible. Stone Giant is interesting, but hard to do, right? Backdoor, unfortunate. I do need to figure out food, but maybe Rent Keeper Pelts keeps me doing things. Rent Keeper keeps triggering that. What? Oh, being able to buy it, yeah. So the strong box, if we're still committing to the plans, the big house plans. Shears is interesting. There was a friendly worker, but I don't think it got picked because the pack was too strong. That was the Cloister Dweller pack. Flea market could be useful. Piggy bank, I don't want to be stuck on food that badly. Yeah, I don't think I need to build all 15 fences. Fence deliveryman makes it awkward, but maybe it just doesn't hit the table. Honeymoon is fun, but unlikely, I would say. Um, I think I still go strong box and see if I can do this. There's plenty of stuff I could get on the rebound. Oh, Absinthe, so good, and Artist Garden, so good, but not doing Birdcage, not doing Ram. I don't think I'm doing Ram. Nah. Uh, if I took gold medal, I would be doing Pastures, and that doesn't really make sense. Artist Garden, I think, is the pick. It's too good, and I don't know what's happening. I could end up with Tuileries Garden. Tuileries and Artist Garden is just almost infinite crops. Well, I guess Tuileries could be by itself anyway. Absinthe, mm, yeah, Head of the Family doesn't really need to Well, that means it can grab other spaces first. I mean, I'm rusty on Head of the Family games. I don't usually play it. Um, I'll take it off and maybe play it like 2/3 of the time instead of whatever the actual play rate is. Yeah, Artist is kind of a block pick, honestly, instead of Absinthe. And I didn't have as much coffee as I usually do today, so I don't feel like thinking about Absinthe. The best reason. Okay. Wow, there are useful things here. Um, my cabbage is slightly better than normal because Glassblower's shop is in the game, incentivizing people to their two chances to build the pottery. Um, Homework, I don't know how much I like because of the read cost, and I want to have my rooms up fast. Food storehouse. 3 clay for 8 food and a point. Wait, what am I doing with Animal Farmer and Cloister Dweller? What on earth am I doing? Jeez. Okay, so uh, it's gonna look like this. So that's my first fence deliveryman. Then I fence 7 and use my 4 fence deliverymen that way. That's not terrible. That might be okay. Actually, no, I can just refresh my window and delete all those fences. Um, Hi, Doe. Uh, Homework could be for the Laydock play. It costs things that I need, though. Read and food. Storage shed or food storehouse, I think, is the play. Hmm. I think I'm just going to take food storehouse. Yeah, there's some stone things. So I could go for Tuileries, just as like a backup plan. Kitchen cabinet is the only other real consideration, I think. I really want a hearth because I have pelts. Uh, so I think it's Tuileries and just maybe use it. Here it's Shears or Honeymoon. Honeymoon if I'm feeling, well, that's if everything went well, then I'm going to get even more points. Uh, so I think I'd rather have something that raises my floor in this game rather than bump my ceiling high. Because like if I accomplish most of what I want to do, I'm probably going to win. So I don't really need Honeymoon to accentuate that. Birdcage is a trap always. Steamer is a lot more fun with Tuileries Garden. Uh, it could. No, I don't think it activates pelts. So I'm going to take gold medal. No, I don't think I have time. Uh, can I bang Rent Keeper for stone instead of room resources? Maybe. So the goal is in stages 1 and 2, not starve, build a room ASAP, hit rent keeper, um, play fence deliveryman if I can, but I'm not gonna. Well, I think I should try for fence deliveryman. Yeah, there's a lot to do here. Alexandria is going to be start player, so I'm fourth, which means I'm getting 3 wood. Alexandria starting off with reedstone food. Astaroth going wheelbarrow pusher. So reed is going to be tough to get, so I'm going to be rent keeping reed. Usually get Ock fourth. Yeah, well, apparently people like 3 wood. That's not frequent depending what playgroup you're playing with. I don't think I play rent keeper here. So it's either fence deliveryman or diplomat or head of the family. Um, or Thatcher's helper. No. I'll just play fence deliveryman. The timing on this is really bad. Because I'm going to want food pretty badly. Yeah, this is strange happenings here. Or, not really strange, I should just say slightly unfortunate about going fourth. And wheelbarrow pusher happening. It's so important to remember that all your cards are just options, and you never need to play all of them, or any of them. But some of them are really powerful, and 6-room rent keeper would be really fun. It's looking pretty unlikely. Okay, so Midi is going start player after the 3 wood, which is totally fine. He's playing private forest, which means we're all going to be so hungry. I think I'm going to take day labor over 2 wood, and I can't see Midi not taking reedstone food first action, so that would just let me have 4 wood. So yeah, I'm taking day lab. All right, Sid, travel safe. Thanks. Midi had some issue putting the wood on the board. That's why it's taking a little bit here. All right, so expecting 4 wood, but reedstone food is totally fine. Sheep are still not out yet. So a start player action might be a little awkward. There were still 5 good spaces in round 2 because there was the 4 wood instead of the 2 reed, which is typically one of the 5. Oh, Astaroth took reed food. He's definitely got homework and is playing it now, maybe? Yep. So I'm getting an Ock if I want it. Astaroth playing Clay Worker and Thatcher. Huh, okay. Oh, Job Seeker for MIDI. If I do wood. Yeah, the wood or clay to trigger. Yeah, that. Okay, so here I think. Well, I could Ock. I can't take start player. Rent Keeper is pretty tricky. Uh, the read in this game. Okay, so Diplomat, Rent Keeper, head of the family. Diplomat this early is bad. Often you only need it once anyway. Let's do head of the family. Yeah, it's a tough choice. I didn't really want to play these Ox. It means I don't really get my Rent Keeper going. Alexandria going to Clay. So this round, I think I'm going to fish or travel first action. Because I'm not getting Reedstone food, 2 reeds not existing. Um, what Alexandria did, she's trying to set up foreplay for herself. That's fine. Um, wow, charcoal burner. Strong stuff. Yeah, that must. One of these two was his first pick. Astaroth taking 3 wood instead of Reedstone food. Letting MIDI have it. MIDI is on a great start here. So I could take 4 clay, or just hit the food. I think I just hit the food. And if they're going to let me hit the food twice, I will. sheep come out late. Yeah, Reed was going to be really hard only because Astaroth spent 2 of them on homework. Astaroth has a chance to use Wheelbarrow Pusher on Clay or Reed here, but does it on Reed, which is probably the right play, even though Astaroth would get an extra Clay by taking the Clay spot. Alexandria clearly looking at the early Reno strategy. There was that lighthouse, there was refrigerator, there was I feel like there was one other thing supporting a quick Reno. So I have head of the family, and 2 of my opponents have room parts. But what I'm slightly confused on is why Midi didn't take 3 food, and I'm just going to grab it right now. Because this hurts Alexandria and Midi to some extent. And if I'm not getting the things I need in room parts, I'm going to make things hurt for everyone else. It's a private forest game, homework's played, job seekers played, late sheep. It's a big storm to have low food. Being on both those food spots in round 3, totally good. Alexandra is even playing a Master Shepherd just to feed herself. And get breeding stuff later, but, it's not the usual round 3 play. It's free, so it could be a lot worse, but she's locking in one of her actions as Cooking Hearth, and I don't know if that's where you really want to be. Midi will probably take advantage of realizing that and go Reedstone Food again, which means I probably just get 4 wood. Oh, Borrower. Right. So if I can find ways to keep this game low food, I will, but it's looking less likely now. So Job Seeker is inactive until Alexandria or I get to 3 ox. And Astaroth's going to open with 4 wood here. Totally good. And probably hit Reedwood Food again. And build 2 rooms in round 5. Seems like a good opening. I need to remember that I'm basically feeding 2 extra in the second stage because of my fence deliveryman. Astaroth just building a room now. I don't think that's a good play, but he might have reasons. He might just be having the back door in his hand. Midi only has 1 food because of Job Seeker. Oh. Borrower. 9 seems wrong. 1 to 8. No, 9 is right. That's just what Borrower does. Yeah, so things aren't going great. Definitely not going great. Alexandria playing an Ock. forcing a food action last, unless this is a food action. Yep, so this rent keeper is very sad. It's not going to happen. Um, Cloister dweller and or animal farmer could still happen. Ooh, Alexandria is playing historian. Okay, that makes job seeker really good. I'm gonna say job seeker was the first pick. Uh, with a historian in the pack, that seems right. Then that means Astaroth past charcoal burner. The other option is Astaroth past job seeker. The conclusion's the same: is that Astaroth has a really good card we haven't seen yet. And going Reedstone food with the wheelbarrow pusher. Really, really annoying. Nicely done. MIDI should probably take 3 wood here, but maybe has an knock to do. No, they wouldn't do a knock with job seeker. Yep, 3 wood. So I take start with the shears with gold metal and go to Reedstone food for clay, something like that. Probably just shears because I'm in front of Alexandria. I'm not convinced I want to play gold metal. If I do it for pastures, that's not bad. Yeah, I might be back to 3-room house. Especially if I can keep grabbing a lot of wood. Yeah, shears is okay. My actions haven't been terrible. Ock, day laborer, 4 wood, Ock, food, food, 4 wood, start player. It's pretty efficient. Alexandria taking the fireplace instead of hearth here. I don't really like you're just feeding the charcoal burner a little extra. But it's very possible Alexandria just needs the clay for other things. Okay, so it's Reno, Historian Ock, and then that would let Job Seeker Ock also at the start of a round. At the start of a round. Yeah. Alexandria plays Clay Plasterer. And MIDI coming in with a Resource Dealer. Yep, they have good things. And I'm just happy that growth didn't flip in 5. Marushka, you played a wheelbarrow pusher and activated it in 13 rounds? Wow. Alexandria, first action start player. This is refrigerator, probably. Because it needs a wood hut. Oh no, overgrown pond. Yeah, the thing I almost picked. That needs 3 ox? She has 3 ox. Wood and a food on the next 4. Wood or food on the next 4. Pretty good. And you even get to choose which one you want. Here the food is later because you can get it in time for the harvest either way. I should consider taking 1 reed with this second action. It's that or like 4 food. Or 4 clay. I probably take 4 clay so I can hit food storehouse. That's if I can. Middy's probably building a room. Oh, Middy's taking the clay. Ugh. Well, 3 clay is just as good. It just means I have 1 clay less. Yeah. I hate taking 1 reed. Minor improvement. Sure, I'm expecting it's refrigerator. Oh, helpful neighbors. That also makes sense. And then Reno with a clay and the reed. Into hearth upgrade would be a little sad. But if she has a clay hut extension, then that makes a lot of sense. Clay hut extension would have to have been her first pick, but that's also very possible. And you're not going to renovate, you're going to take 2 wood. That is interesting. I don't think I like that play. Astaroth continuing the reed domination. And Astaroth removed the pond resources. I could really want to play Thatcher's Helper here. And I should have thought about that instead of um, taking 3 clay for the food storehouse. Because, yeah, I would just miss the first resource from this. Oh, clay starter. Okay. And she gets it for free. Yeah, so Master Shepherd is a 6 food Ock in round 3. That's okay. Use C resource on resource dealer. 2 other clay. Yep, and get a wood food. These stone did not get separated and should be. Okay. And Seeker is not applicable. Alexandria Reedstone food. So I get a first action Thatcher's Helper, which is actually quite nice here. Astaroth has no need to grow. But we'll play an occupation, because of course. I shouldn't complain. If I get a 2 food dock, that's still totally fine. I can hit Shears as my second action if I'm lucky. Oh, Zipper Maker. Okay. I like the play. MIDI builds a room. 2 rooms, because he can. Clay, wood, reed, stone, clay, stone. And he might have a back door. I think I might have to Shears here. Because that's a huge difference food-wise. Oh god, everything has gone so badly. Yep. Yes, Rilo, that's correct. You don't have to play every card you draft. You don't have to play any of them. Alexandria does take the sheep, which makes me feel a little better. I still will play Thatcher's Helper here. I think. Astaroth got Refrigerator. Why would you play this? After playing this card, the next person to have a stone house gets 2 points. Alexandria says thank you. Or maybe it's someone else, but it's not me. I don't think. MIDI gets the well. So if I play Thatcher's Helper, that's like a little gamble that MIDI is backdooring before me next round. I could Wood Police minimally. I don't think it's gonna matter. This is 2 wood, 2 food that they won't get. I could just grow in round 8. I might be regardless. Oh boy. Things not going well. So Alexandria gets a Historianoch, visiting Quarryman, fun stuff. That'll let Midi job seek. Well, he could anyway. And I don't need to play Thatcher's Helper. Ha! Okay. That works. Alexandria is taking start player. Oh my, quarry. So that doesn't count for quarrymen. No, it should be obvious. Jeez. So I'm predicting a backdoor here. Though that actually means that Midi won't be able to feed. So maybe not. Oh, everything's going so badly. Astaroth can just build again. Alexandria is probably going quarry after taking four clay from there. Yikes. Yeah, so if Astaroth builds a room, then I'm going to play Thatcher's Helper. Yeah, 2 read alert. I know, have to jump on it. Cloister might be the one off the team. Oh, I forgot Clay Plasterer saves 2 clay. Yikes. This is how to not play Agricola well. Play the wrong cards at the wrong times. No, I think I just build a room. Midi has Market, that's a good card. I don't think I drafted very well, but I don't think I drafted badly. And I think the cards are just working a lot better for other people. Yeah, resource lender the clay. Uh, yep. This is so sad. Yeah, I think in the end, just not being able to get around the wheelbarrow pusher, being the only person who couldn't get around the wheelbarrow pusher, just really has done me in here. Astaroth gonna get 6 wood again after getting 12 food off of Zipper Maker. Alexandria playing oldest occupation. Wow. Huh. So she's just gonna grow on day labor right now. Honestly, I would grab the 6 wood. Uh, but I mean, it's totally defensible this way. But Astaroth is just running away with this one. Renault BMW coming in. Uh, now there's food everywhere. Absent for meaty. So I can grow with my last action. Woo. Uh, I could play Tuileries. No, I can't because I don't have 4 ox. Um, Still has 6 food. Wow. Water carrier well. This is depressing. Uh, Yikes. Everything's terrible. Everything is just terrible for me. Um, Reedstone food and grow is the only thing I see aside from 5 food and grow, and I think I'm just more inclined to let there be 6 next round. Sometimes you are not in a winning position. What does Reedstone food actually give me might be a question you're all are asking. And there's still a small chance I can win the race to. So much start player. For a piggy bank? It doesn't seem very useful. You're getting the stone anyway. I mean, what's. I don't get the rush. Astaroth fencing here instead of a room. Well, still might be able to room, depending on how much is fenced. It's a good time to fence with 2 sheep and 1 boar on the board. and being second player. Food, 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 food. So here I am with tied for the fewest rooms, the least off-board points, the fewest ox played. Yeah, there's pretty much no chance for me to win here. Astaroth Reno Treehouse, very nice. Could build a clay room and have a treehouse to fit 5 people. All they need is a plow. Yeah, so I'm definitely going to be doing 3 rooms. It looks like I don't see quite enough reason to build grow X next round, nor could I afford it food wise. So, I mean, I'm basically taking up space at this table here. Um, yeah. MIDI grabbing 2 stone because the board is dry except for food. Um, Absinthe going on 4 clay. Astaroth will take whichever breeding pair is left for him. Yep, Alexandria going the pigs. So Astaroth will take the 3 sheep, I would presume. I'll take it otherwise. Oh, grow. Interesting. Play HUD extension? Helpful neighbors. Need that right now? Anyway, I'll take the 4 clay or the 4 wood, because the 4 clay comes with the food. Oh, Astaroth wants to refrigerator points. And notices now that he didn't need to grow. So instead, maybe 6 food or 3 sheep. Yeah, 3 sheep. Which will grow to 7 if left untouched. So I'll get the 4 wood, I think. Yeah, which is enough to, well, more than enough to fence 7 and Tuileries. Well, afford Tuileries. I don't know how I'm going to get it. And I think it's a cloister game for me. I don't see myself being able to hit Animal Farmer for more than 3 points. Though that might be what Cloister ends up being too, but that's more certain. So a 6 food action, a plow is fine. I don't need to wait for Tuileries, which might not happen anyway. Astaroth here probably grows into Reno if MIDI doesn't go Stone Oven on a Reno. Oh. MIDI can grab those 2 points by Reno helpful neighboring the clay to a reed, and then start player. Or Reno something, then start player. Yeah. Unless MIDI wants the Stone Oven, in which case, they have the Stone Oven instead. Also, they have the Resource Dealer, which lets them save it on rooms, improvements, and renovate. So they have 5 stone right now, technically. Reedstone food and helpful neighbors stone would let them have enough. Yeah, so if MIDI Reedstone food, helpful neighbors wood into stone, and renovate Stone Oven here as 3 moves, that is a killer. But Alexandria wants the Reedstone food also, so we'll see what happens. MIDI upgrades to a hearth, fair enough. So just to start player, helpful neighbors is enough to grab that refrigerator point, or those refrigerator points. The next player to have Stonehouse gets 2 points. It's not going to be me. I think I plow in 6 food. Fencing isn't super urgent. What would I do if I built a room? If I built a room, I'd have 4 wood, and I'd need 3 more to fence. I also can't feed that person. Jeez. Yeah, plow. Ah, Boarlord for Alexandria. That's pretty useful. Yeah, that's starting to justify the start players. Astaroth grabbing 6 food. Always a good action. MIDI taking Reedstone Food instead of just going Helpful Neighbors Start Player? It's risking me taking Start Player and giving the points to Astaroth. Yeah, I think it looks like I'll be doing... Well, no, Tuileries is still an option. I was about to say I shouldn't consider it as an option, but... I do have two more Ox I want eventually, being the Cloister Dweller and Diplomat. So once Wheelbarrow Pusher came out, I probably should have just pinged Thatcher's Helper. Just should have dropped that. That might be the biggest mistake I've made. Wow. MIDI... Oh, Field Barterer. Yeah, I don't think I like this play. It gives the Reno points to Astaroth. 6 wood to Alexandria instead of me. But just in time, I guess. Ah, yeah, I couldn't job seek that Field Barterer. So Alexandria gets the 6 wood. And she has a field somewhere. Cows come out. Absinthe, I would assume, goes to something like Plow. Grain, okay. Okay, so MIDI took wood. I think I still fence first here. Yeah, because Astaroth plowed. Now the question, I think I want the awkward fencing. Oops. and I have the 2 food from there. Then probably Ak. Oh, Astaroth goes Market Woman. First pick, Market Woman. Over Charcoal Burner? Yeah, I might do the same. Grain for Midi, taking the Absinthe food. Oh, everything's so horrible. How did this happen? Just take this. Because I need it? Or do I actually go for the Tuileries play? Yeah. I don't actually need this read. So I'd be better off taking 2 stone. Oh, playing this Ak for food sounds so bad. But I think it's just best this way. Oh, and I haven't made a food source yet. Wow, things are going really bad. How did I get into this position? I'm going to score like 32 points. Alexandria taking Reedstone food. Astaroth goes Veg Grain. Oh, Minnie takes 1 cow. Why are these things happening to me? Start Artist Garden? Like I'm out of ideas. I am out of ideas. Let me build these fences right now. Astaroth takes Cooking Hearth. Yep, that's pretty good. Midi doing a Sobake. Ugh, start player. Yeah. Those are going to grow to 5. Everything's so bad. Oh, MIDI didn't even bake. That's a little interesting. Alexandria taking the fork clay when she could just use a quarryman for that. Astaroth minor field. Very nice. Yep, clear winner in this game. Hmm. 2 sheep, pretty good. I don't think I need to maximize shears, but I can probably get away with it, honestly. And I'm not too upset if I get 3 stone instead of the sheep. The sheep do help me get 3 animal farmer points if I want them. If she thinks that quarrymen can only band around, that explains some things. Yep, it's just, yep, anytime. It's your turn. So what does Alexandria do here? Grabbing sheep. Not doing the sheep. Maybe a BMW instead. Astaroth gets a plow here, yep, and then a sow. Great stuff going on that farm. So I'm going to feed 6, breed both. Yeah, and you can just take a cow here. Or 3 stone and just build another room, because, a stone food off a wheelbarrow pusher, pretty easy to do. After the 3 stone. Taking sow bake here is okay. MIDI could technically bake a grain, but it is the action he needs. This way he can wait out if he takes 3 stone or a cow, I suppose. MIDI grabbing a cow for 4 food tells Astaroth to take 3 stone if Alexandria doesn't. Alexandria here in the harvest is gonna eat a pig, a cow, and a clay and a reed. So she's already fed, but probably wants a veg or a grain here. Oh, he's building a room. That kind of makes sense. It's a bit late in the game, and she's spending points from her pottery and BMW or food into an already tenuous food situation, as far as I can see. Of course, she can oldest occupation grow with the quarry to get a bunch of stone back, but I don't know what that stone does. Room stable. To grower pigs to 4. I think 3 stone is the play here. But apparently Astaroth wanted one of everything. Angling for an oven, probably? And MIDI gets 15 fences with a 4th action. That seems okay. Hey, grow does come. I'm not completely frickin' screwed. Okay, sounds like I'm going second next round. So 4 stone is hanging out. Oh, iron oven. That's nifty. Four stone. Plow. Just get the 4 stone. I don't know if I'll be able to use it. think my action is plow if I can. So I think Animal Farmer is more likely to be 3 points than Cloister. No, because I might eat those animals. I have no clue when I'm renovating. Mitty takes one cow for the third time. So if I can wait to get 5 clay, if I'm lucky enough to find 5 clay, then I can reno fireplace all at once. And I might need that kind of efficiency, to be honest. Or I can just play Cloister here and Tuileries. Yeah, and doing Cloister instead of Animal Farmer will let me play Pelts if I want. Oh, this is a pretty sad game. Astaroth and Midi are having totally fun times. I'm just derping along. Gosh, I don't even know if I have time to do Reno, Tuileries, and Fireplace. These actions are nice, but I'm hungry. I'm gonna need 9 food somehow. Clay, Reno, grow, and food. Leaves no time for Tuileries, which is really sad. Of course, I could just grow in round 14. Astaroth taking Stone Oven here. Alexandria is probably getting joinery with the piggy bank. And 6 food for the joinery is not a terrible trade. I mean, it's a fine trade in the abstract, but I'm not sure if it fits her game that well. With a quarry, I don't know how much the improvement action was necessary, or the free improvement, when you can just pound that space for stone. Midi, one more. Into Plauso. And I do get 5 clay, and I think I have to take it first. Yeah, I mean, I'm playing for third at this point, and I don't know how close I am. Possibly not close at all. Astaroth taking plow here. I don't actually like this action. I think start player for a Plowstow in 14 is a lot better. Um, yeah, that one extra point of space isn't going to do anything unless he knows about this constable that nobody else knows about. Because Alexandria's first pick was oldest dock. It's possible she passed Market Woman. Maybe 2 sheep. There's no way Midi has constable, right? Because that would have to be a third pick. Hmm. Yeah, Tuileries is jank to me, basically. Uh, whoa, whoa. Oh my gosh, who did that? uh, uh, yeah, that's some garbage. Uh, yeah, Sanswell, I think it's definitely not on me. As an aside, why is anyone watching the end of this game? This is just like the end of a trash fire, and it's not even one where the fire is like exploding out of the trash can. It's just like hidden. You can't even see it unless you peer in. Um, anyway, Alexandria has my cabbage, so gets a veg in 14. And I guess Tuileries is quite a few points if I can get Plow as a first action. So I'd really not want to waste my Diplomat on... Yeah, I mean, Cloister would also be happy if that happened. So I'll just go for it. Midi grabbing one animal at a time, and that seems to be the best action for them. So Alex will get the clay oven or joinery with the piggy bank. Piggy bank is end of work phase or end of round? Work phase. I think my last action is just for food. Because if I grow, I'll need to unbreed sheep, I think. Yeah, I would need to eat a pig and 2 sheep. What is that thing called? Oh, it's a dog, okay. No, sorry. What did you do? Hmm. Waiting. Yeah. I don't need 4 wood. If I'm not getting a grain, I can take 4 food. Oh, there's 3 renos that need to happen. Huh. Interesting. Buying joinery instead of clay oven. Okay. So Astaroth looks like he might just build stables to end the game for him. Midi has made a run at things. Now that he has all 3 animal types. Good on him to recognize that just needed to take one at a time. Astaroth going with a Sobek here as one of the 2 actions. Sure, that seems okay. And then the 4 wood to put stable pressure on. All right. Finally in round 14. Alexandria's game had lots of potential. Where did that go wrong? Well, Alexandria did spend a lot of actions taking start player in the early game, and I don't think it was quite efficient enough for her. Uh, And let's see, her ox are fine, right? Like Master Shepherd was fine, Historian was fine. The clay stuff obviously works well together. Visiting Quarryman or an oldest occupation with Quarry. The piggy bank. What? So Alexandria had a lack of tempo for most of the game, as did I. Where she was like spending good stuff to do other good stuff instead of keeping the good stuff she already had and going for other good stuff. Uh, she hasn't had fences yet, for example. Oh, she's not going to renovate because she's eaten the reed. Um, so there's a lot of tempo on doing farming things that she didn't do. Uh, and there are a few reasons for that. The most annoying to me was her start players, but a lot of them made some sense. Yeah, so Alex cannot reno. So my ideal is a plow here. I don't think Diplomat would let me plow again. Yeah, because it'd have to be occupied by other players. So if Midi goes plow, which doesn't make any sense for him, yeah, that's not happening. Midi does owe a lot more food, so Sobake makes sense, yep. So a vegetable, maybe? Unless he thinks a veg is an action later. Oh, and it can't legally plow, okay. So I can use Diplomat to plow so, I can reno fence, or reno pelts, and grow. And I can't see how my game would be better than that. And that's not a very good game. 6 clay for Alex. Astaroth gets that last missing piece. Midi grows. So I could take a grain or I could plow so. Alexandria getting a 15th wood. Given that everyone else has fenced 15th already. Fence is unblockable for her. Astaroth grabbing a cow. I expect Midi will stables here. Just kind of surprised Astaroth didn't. Yeah, Wheelbarrow Pusher was pretty deadly against me. So The wheelbarrow pusher, round one took read food, and round two played homework. So there was naturally less read. Well, so yeah, the read was taken away from the game. Uh, and I had dreams of a 6 room rent keeper, and that died extremely fast. I managed to get a room in round seven for growth in round six, so I didn't get totally hosed by that. Okay, so if I pelt. Gosh, how much do I need? If I grow, I need 9 food. If I take a grain, I need 8. Such a bad game. So I'm gonna eat everything, I think. Because I'm only on a fireplace. Yep. So if I eat 5 animals, I have 11 food. Oh, I have those too. That's important. So I can pelt 3. Alexandria plays glassblower shop. So she can read by pottery or clay oven. And I'm not going to eat my pigs yet because Warlord acts at the start of each harvest. Astaroth gets clay oven. Wow. Right, because Alexandria's last action is fences, obviously. What do I get? 29 plus 7? Could have been worse. So it's between Midi and Astaroth. We knew that already. It looks like Midi got it. So I killed 5 animals and made 3 pelts, and with my fireplace, that should be 7 food. And I had 3, and I feed 9. So I think my math is still right on the feeding. Sorry for all the start playing. Yeah, it was rough. Oh, job seeker. Okay. All right. I'm gonna call it here. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you next time.